This is the Brew City Rider coming back at you. Welcome back to the channel. Out for a ride on Saturday, I believe it's July 1st, 2017. No music on this ride, at least while I'm recording. I haven't been having any trouble with my radio on, actually my MP3 player on in the background, until my last video, which is why I had to whack the first 2 minutes of all the audio, because there was a Eric Clapton Cream song that apparently they had copyright issues with it, to the point where it was banned worldwide until I took it off. The few other times I've run into copyright issues, they don't really care. All they do is they say, it's fine, you can keep it on there, but you just can't make any money. You can't monetize it, I believe is the term. I might have butchered it though, which I could care less about. I'm not doing this for money. But it was a pain in the ass trying to figure out how to get that sound off there without getting rid of my other audio. As it turns out, it was impossible, so I just had to remove it and go silent for that period of time the song was playing in the background. I did a little dispute on it, but they didn't give a shit. Basically, I said I own the song, purchased it, not using it for monetary gain. It was only on in the background, but like I said, they didn't give a shit. So at least for today, I'll just keep the music off while I'm riding, so I don't have to deal with that again. Yeah, it's a beautiful sunny day. I'd say about close to 80 degrees. And as usual, I'm going to ride through Pets at the start of my ride just because it's close to my house, and it's such a pretty park. I just enjoy driving through it. Uh-oh, I'm behind a slowpoke here. Not that I'm trying to go fast, but it's pretty tough to go 15, 20 miles an hour on a Harley. Trying something new on this ride. I broke out the old Garmin Nuvi, and I was able to, I think it's from like 2009, I was able to update the software on the Garmin site, and then I put an updated map on there from open source maps, so it didn't cost me anything. And I just whacked it on my windshield. The windshield cup is actually seems to be holding really well. It's a really solid fit, but the swivel part of it is not Harley friendly. Anytime I'm stopped and I get excessive vibration, it kind of vibrates out of place, so I'll have to look for a new mount for it. All kinds of activity here today. We've been getting so much rain here this year. It's unbelievable. My yard and my trees, everything are just growing like crazy. I had to get the tree trimmer guy over today. I'm gonna have him take down one of the limbs off my river birch. It's just too close to the house and just getting too big, too messy. And I had him look at another a locust tree by my deck. That's going to be a bigger job that we're talking about having either trimmed or removed. But you're talking $800 to $1,000 on that baby. There's a Jeep Fia. There's their beer garden. Back down by Carthage College, right on Lake Michigan. I come by this way all the time. It's a pretty ride here along the lake. For those of you who are not all that familiar with the Great Lakes, or maybe have never seen them and realize how large they are, they're just like an inland ocean. That's how big they are. So you can kind of get a taste of it. Across the way there is the state of Michigan. They have two ferries that go between Wisconsin and Michigan. They have the Merrimac ferry, which is the old one. It's an old steamship, I believe, up by Manitowoc, Wisconsin. And then there's the high-speed ferry that takes off out of Milwaukee. It's a real modern, takes half the time to get across. Real modern ship. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. If you want more of an old school ocean cruise feel, you would definitely take the Merrimac ferry. If you want a little more of a thrilling ride and pretty much just want to get across, you take the one out of Milwaukee, which I think is a hell of a lot more expensive also, though. Speaking of Michigan, nicely groomed beach. They do a good job here. Look at that. Beautiful. I'll just let you soak it in. Beautiful day to be down here. No cooler by the lake today. Depends on which way the wind is blowing. If it's coming off the lake, it's always a good at least 10 degrees cooler down by Lake Michigan. But obviously today the wind is in a different direction because it did not drop 1 degree. Wanted to give a little shout out to a couple of other moto vloggers that I follow. One of them is Craig Ripley from Living Off the Slab. Craig right now is doing something that most of us only dream about. He's in the beginning stages of a ride to Alaska. And the guy lives in the Northeast somewhere. He rode out to Idaho to meet up with a couple of other riders, and then all three of them are on their way up through Canada and then into Alaska. I've been following his videos for a good part of a year, where he's been planning for this trip. Everything from researching dual sport style motorcycles. His main bike is a Victory, some kind of Victory bagger, but now he's got a dual sport bike that he bought for the trip. Testing out camping gear, talking about routes, what to carry on the bike, what to see and do on the way up and while they're up there, and on and on. There's a lot of planning you can do for a major trip like that. So thanks, Craig, for all the updates from the road. We'll look forward to more in-depth video when you get back. Safe travels. And the second moto vlogger is somebody that I just ran across by chance on the internet, and that is the Wisc rider. So he's out of the Oconomowoc area, and he's moto vlogging on a lot of roads that I am familiar with. So it's I've been enjoying his videos. He's more advanced than I am, though. He goes out with 2 GoPros, and he's got a drone, and he's got some video from Hawaii. And anyway, he's got some good camping videos, so I'm really enjoying his stuff. So thanks, Wisc Rider. Glad I found you. All right, we're coming into the north unit of the Illinois Beach State Park. I haven't been in here in a long time. There's usually people fishing all over that little pond there. So this is a lot of sand dunes and prairie leading up to a beach area, and then of course Lake Michigan. Probably stop up here for a little cigar break, and maybe I'll give you a view of the bike. Today I'm riding the 2013 Road Glide Custom. I bought it lightly used in August of 2015. It only had about 6,000 miles on it. It's got the 103 engine. It's bit of an unusual color. It's a candy orange. Fell in love with the color. It really popped on the showroom floor. They had it. They had a lot of those amber whiskey bikes on the floor. This put those to shame, in my opinion, color-wise. There's the lake over there. Yeah, maybe I'll walk up there, find us a good spot to park. All right, here we are. I'm camped, not camped, I'm parked. I'm going to take a short walk up to the lake. I see it up there, it's not too far. So anyway, I'll give you a look at the bike. I already told you what it was, but I guess I'll talk a little bit about some of the things I've done to it. I told myself I was not going to go overboard on this bike like I did on my Softail Custom. I'll show you that sometime. I have that one highly customized. This one here I'm primarily just adding creature comforts and things like that. So I added, let's see, it came with the backrest and the quick detach system, and I added the luggage rack. I put on some Vance & Hines high output slip-on mufflers. I put on the highway pegs there that match my floorboards. Those are eBay specials. I don't remember what I paid, but they were dirt cheap. It came with these fancy passenger floorboards, which are nice, but I've never even had a passenger on here. Let's see, I changed out the windshield. It had that little stock thumbnail windshield. Now I've got, it's dirty, but I've got a Long Ride Shields Mako 12-inch, the medium smoke, which is perfect. You don't want to get the dark smoke because you're not going to be able to see through it when the light goes, when you start losing light, even before nighttime. Let's see. It's got a Harley LED accent lighting kit on it, which they're amber colored, so they're still not legal to ride with in Wisconsin. You can't ride with red, blue, or amber lights, which is absolutely asinine, but whatever. I put them on once in a while anyway. Screw it. Let's see, it's got the boom audio speakers and amp. We don't know for sure on the amp because I haven't had the fairing apart, but based on comparison to other sound systems without the amp, I believe I do have the amp in there because I can really crank it and it's super clear. Got the RAM mount X grip for my Android. Don't remember the company that makes this. I think it's a Chubby's or something like that. But there's a zillion of these on eBay, but this is a much higher quality one. It's got a cam lock system, 3 different heights, you can change the angles. Let's see. Coming around the other side here. Couple things I want to do in the future possibly is put some true Vance & Hines True Duals, I believe they're called. Get rid of the catalytic converter and the heat, and then of course I'd have to get a tuner. I would definitely go with the Vance & Hines Fuel Pack 3, which they now make for the 2013 model year bikes. All right, well, I guess I'm going to go down for a little walk and I'll shoot some video.